What's up guys, it's Mandeep again. So in this video we're just gonna drive around about 10 minutes, and one of my client is actually taking driving tests, and I supposed to pick him up from MPI center at Main Street location. So that's where we are driving. So we're just gonna exit from this parking lot. So anytime when you're backing up from a parking spot, if the back side of the car is going to the left, then you're supposed to signal left. So I got my left signal on. And at the same time, you want to make sure you're checking on both sides. So don't just look in your mirrors. Make sure you're checking on both sides all the time. So we're just going to exit this parking lot here, and we are turning left. So I got my left blinker on and doing a full stop here before we enter on the street, and then you check on both sides just to make sure the road is clear. And we are turning right on this traffic light, so I'm just gonna go in the right lane here because we are turning right. And now we follow the traffic light, so the light is red, so you have to come to a complete stop first. We don't see any prohibited sign over there, so that means we can turn right on a red light. So I'm just gonna roll forward a little bit, check traffic and see if it's clear or not. So after this big semi truck, so looks like now we are good to go, and we don't see any pedestrian crossing. Now we look for a speed limit sign. So speed limit sign, we see it on the right hand side. It says maximum 60 kilometers. So that means we can drive up between 50 and 60, and this semi truck is taking a right turn, so that's why he's slowing down. So you have to slow down as well, just to maintain distance, okay? Or the other option is you can also change lane. So speed limit here is still maximum 60 kilometers. So right now we are doing about 55. So again guys, I'm just driving to MPI location, Main Street location. One of my client is taking driving test, and I supposed to pick him up from Main Street location at 9:15. And right now it's about 9 o'clock, so we still got about 10-15 minutes. Now we see a yellow sign, so the speed limit is going to be 50 next. So I'm slowing down, and your speed should be it has to be 50 before this white sign. So now we see another sign here, so that's where actually 50 will start from. And make sure you like when you're driving, you want to make sure you keep both hands on the steering all the time. 9 and 3 o'clock hand position. If you guys have any questions, just post your questions in the comments below. From this intersection, we are actually going straight, so we have to come to a complete stop before the stop line. When you're waiting for the green light, you still want to keep both hands on the steering. So in Winnipeg, they always, like if you're going for your driving test, they always ask you to do parallel parking first, and they give you 4 minutes to parallel park. 4 minutes, and if you when you pass your parallel parking, they will take you out on the road, and you drive approximately 15 to 20 minutes. So it depends on the traffic as well. So let's say if you're taking your test in rush hour, you're going around 4 or 4:30 p.m., then it can take up to, the driving portion of the test can take up to 20 minutes. But if you're going around maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, then it takes, and you're getting like green lights, then it takes about like 15 minutes. And if you do something wrong in your test, your examiner will deduct points. General mistakes you can have maximum 10, but no critical mistakes to pass your driving test, okay? Now we see a pedestrian corridor coming up, and the rule for this, like, you have to check on both sides. So you physically have to move your head, check left and right, and make sure you make it obvious to your examiner, because a lot of time students, they tell me like they were checking on the crosswalk, but the examiner did not see it, so they so he's still gonna deduct points, because if he doesn't see it, he doesn't know if you're checking or not. So just make everything very clear to your examiner all year round. Whatever you're doing in the driving test, it should be obvious for your examiner. So when you're stopping behind a car, make sure you can see the back tires of that car. So back tires on the ground. Back tires are like about a car length distance. And if the roads are icy, then you want to start slowing down a little bit earlier. So winter is here right now. All the main roads, they are still in pretty good condition, but in December, January, you guys know the roads get very icy, so you just have to be careful. So if you guys have any questions any questions, just post your questions in the comments below. So I'm planning to do a lot of videos going forward. So yeah, just if you don't understand anything, just let me know, and then I will do a video on that. Now we see a yellow sign here indicating railway tracks are coming up. So I'm still maintaining distance from this car in front of me. We got a green light, so we are good to go. Railway tracks here, so we're just gonna check on both sides. So I'm checking on the left hand side, right hand side, so it looks clear, no train. We got another green light coming up, and I see a walking man sign in that small box over there on the right hand side. So that means the light gonna stay green for me, okay? And we use that as a reference. That's for pedestrians, but as a driver you can still use that as a reference. Now we see school crosswalk here, so just checking on both sides, and the speed limit here is still 50 kilometers maximum. Sometimes I notice when students, they see school area sign, they actually start slowing down to 30 kilometers. But the speed limit, okay, so if you don't see 30 speed limit, that means you still want to maintain 50, okay? Because school area doesn't mean the speed limit like you're in school zone. It doesn't mean you're in school zone, okay? If you see 30 speed limit sign, that's when you drive at 30. But if you only see a school area sign, then you still want to maintain your speed. So right now we are doing about 48, 49. Still got hands on the screen, and our last test is and this guy passed 3, and he did very good. So from this traffic light, we are still going straight, and you can, on the right hand side, I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not, but there were like 2 or 3 seconds left. On the next traffic turning right, and there's also a diamond lane. I will show you guys. So you when I take that right turn on the next intersection, you're gonna see there is a diamond lane there, bus lane. But first I have to get in the right lane, so I'm just going to signal and shoulder check here. So I got my right signal on, mirror check, shoulder check, looks clear. And now I keep my right signal on because we are turning right, and now we got a red light. Oh, now the light turns green, so we are good to go, and no more pedestrians here. So I'm required to turn in the diamond lane first, and now I can change lane to the left because we got parked cars here, and speed limit sign on the right hand side as well, so maximum 60 kilometers. So if you guys notice, this bus lane is only restricted for Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And right now the time is 10 after 9. So that means right now the bus lane is not restricted. So you can actually go in that lane and you can continue driving straight. So for example, if I want, I can go back in the bus lane like this, and I can just continue driving in this lane. I don't have to go in the other lane because it's not a bus lane right now, okay? So make sure you guys reading signs all the time. Ready, go. So we are at MPI Center now, so you can see the sign on the right hand side. So we're going to be turning right on this intersection. I'm slowing down a little bit, checking pedestrians, so I don't see anyone on the So he's already here. So that's it, guys. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys again in the next video.